The Indwe Poort was formed by the powerful Indwe River and forms a steep-sided poort through the mountains south of the town of Indwe. The road, which carries the route label of R396, connects the town of Indwe with the main tarred road, the R410, just south of the port, where the Indwe River continues flowing southwards to feed into the large irrigation dam, the Lubisi Dam. The Indwe River provides a lifeline of water to this region, as just north of the port it feeds into another large dam, the Doringrivier Dam. We filmed this port from north to south. The road has typical port statistics with 103 meters of altitude variance over 9.6 kilometers, producing an easy average gradient of 1 in 94. From the northern start adjacent to the farm Hazelbrook, at an altitude of 1,206 meters, at the crossing of a small stream, the road heads purposefully towards the obvious gap in the mountains ahead. The bulky mountain on the left towers up to a height of 1,612 meters, and it's called Lupapazi and forms the western end of the Mount Arthur mountain range. Whilst in its shadows all along the river, small dwellings and huts dot the green river banks. The bigger mountain to your right is equally tall at 1,669 meters, but it's much wider in its north-south dimension. For the first 2.5 kilometers, the heading is fairly steady into the southeast, as the river finds its own convoluted course down the valley. At the 2.7 kilometer mark, there's a 70-degree right-hand bend, which changes the direction into the south-southwest for the next 1.5 kilometers. The road follows the course of the Poort along its western side for almost 10 kilometers and is generally an easy drive with gentle gradients. There are two very sharp corners in excess of 110 degrees that need to be approached with caution, but the biggest dangers on this road are corrugations and livestock. At this point the river is in close proximity to the road, and at the 4.4 kilometer point speed needs to be reduced for a set of sharp bends coming up, which starts with a 90-degree left-hand bend, followed quickly by a 110-degree right-hand bend. It's a good thing that speed has to be lowered here, as the little village of Triana is traversed on the right-hand side of the road. Be particularly careful of livestock, children, dogs and pedestrians here. The road has its minor summit towards its northern end, followed by no less than 5 smaller false summits along its entire length. This is very much an off-the-beaten-track road and appears to be only used by locals. The road was being graded on the day of filming. There's plenty of time to relax along this drive with its easy gradients, as the scenery is quite lovely as the road gently descends along the western side of the river, offering magical views of steep mountains and green valleys. The town of Indwe itself is situated between Dordrecht and Elliot on the R56 tarred road. It was founded in 1896 as a centre for coal mining activities, which started in 1867 and attained municipal status in 1898. The town takes its name from the Indwe River, which is named after the blue crane, which occurred here in great numbers. Indwe is the Xhosa word for the blue crane. Up ahead, a long spur of the mountain on the right juts out towards the southeast, forcing both the road and the river to squeeze closer together around its southeastern end in a sharp right-hand bend of 170 degrees, which occurs at the 7.5 kilometer mark. Despite the high number of degrees, the arc of this bend is wide enough for it not to be classified as a true hairpin. This spur is perhaps the most defining geographical feature of the Poort, and the scenery here is very good. Once around the corner, a whole new vista opens up, with the spread of the valley on your left and the mountain on the right still controlling where the road should go. Continue descending gently for a further 2 kilometers to arrive at the end of the pass at an altitude of 1,117 meters at the 9.6 kilometer point opposite the village of Murasi.